guys, welcome back to the Nurse Nook. If you're new here, hello, thank you for being here. My name is Alexis Nicole and I make videos all about nursing, lifestyle, and wellness. I am currently a NICU registered nurse. I've been a nurse for about almost 5 years now, and I've been in the NICU for the past 2. I'm also currently in a master's program to become a neonatal nurse practitioner. So needless to say, I love the NICU and I love working there. So today we're gonna do a what's in my work bag video. This is my handy dandy work bag. She is beautiful. I love her. Let me give you guys a close-up. Make sure she's not dirty. This bag is from Dagny Dover in the size medium. It's black, obviously. It's like a nice little size, super cute. I'll leave a link down below. Absolutely love their bags. I have like their travel bag. This is not sponsored. I wish it was, but they have the best bags ever. So I'm gonna show you what's in my work bag today. This is gonna be a very realistic what's in my work bag. I didn't put anything extra in here to look cool or act like I'm more together than I am. This is literally what I bring in my work bag. So I will preface it by saying I'm borderline a minimalist. I have been trying to adapt myself more into the minimalism lifestyle. Starting with my home, I really only keep things that I really need and love and want. And I do the same kind of idea with my bag to work. So I don't want to have to be lugging around 50,000 pounds on my back to and from my car, around the unit. It's a far walk from the car. I'm just not into all of that. So I only keep the bare minimum, what I actually need, what I actually use on a day-to-day basis. So let's start with the big zipper at the tippity-toppity. I love this bag too because on each side it has little cup holders for your things, and it's pretty stretchy, and this just has like tons of like pockets. Like it has a thing back here if you need to take this as a travel backpack. You can put your suitcase through here. And then it just has like all these random little, like, I didn't even know it had this until right now, now that I'm looking at it. I don't know what I would put in there. It has it on either side, but good to know that I have it should I ever need it for anything. So the first thing I have in here is a little Ziploc bag. This looks so ugly, but it is a Ziploc bag. And in this Ziploc bag, I have these dye-free white masks that I use at work. So the masks that they give us, I feel like they just break me out, and they're just like, they fog up my glasses, they're just too in my face. So these masks you can actually just tie around your ear that are hypoallergenic, and I feel like it's a lot better for my skin. So what I do is I just take a handful of them. They supply them at work. Instead of having to find them on the unit every single day and go hunting for them because they're not always readily available, I just take a handful whenever I see them, and I keep it in a Ziploc bag, and I keep it inside of my bag. So the next thing I keep in my bag is my planner. Absolutely love this planner. It is everything. I always keep my planner in there because while I'm at work, I always like look through my schedule, and at times I have a good amount of downtime at work. So that's where I typically like to plan out like my weeks and content that I'm gonna make. So instead of like scrolling on my phone and being unproductive, I just like to go through my planner and kind of just like plan what I'm gonna do for the week. And especially because I'm in school, I have assignments to do every single week, exams, and so this just helps me keep on top of that, so I love to bring it with me. Another thing I keep in my bag with me are these 2 little journals. So they both serve the same purpose. I just have 2 of them for some reason. But these are like my little Bibles. So when I'm on orientation, I always have some type of little like notepad or journal that I keep, and I write down important things I've learned in the NICU or good things to know. Like for example, like this page is immediate nursing care of the newborn. Just little things that I can reference. If I ever come across something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that, that's good to know, I'll write it down in here. And also in here too. It's like a little pocketbook. But this is great, especially because I recently started precepting, which is basically training new nurses coming into the unit. And so I can always reference back to this to kind of give them knowledge on things that I can't just like think off the top of my head. Sometimes I'll go through this and I'll be like, oh, actually, like this is good to know. This is what we have to do for our CPAP bundles, blah, 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 things like that. The next thing I keep in my bag is highlighters. I am missing 2 highlighters. I don't know what happened to them. I feel like I left them on the unit by accident, but highlighters, I actually use these every day that I work, and what I use them for is for organizing my patient brains, I call them. So for each patient that we have, we get like a little paper with their history, vital signs, like all the pertinent information about the baby, and we usually write on that paper when we're getting report. And so what I will do is I will like write down my times throughout the day. In the NICU, we work in touch times. I have more on that in a video coming in a couple of weeks, but we work in touch times. And so I will write down all of my touch times, and typically babies will have like different touch times. And so to organize my day, I will highlight the times that I'm going to be doing my assessments and when things are due. And so I kind of have like a detailed breakdown of what my day is going to look like, what's due when meds are due, when feeds are due, temperatures, diaper weights, all that stuff. And then I have the patient's name at the top. And so what I do to organize that paper is I will highlight with my highlighter their names and like the different times that I have things to do. So it's like kind of blaring in my face. And I color code them so that I can easily see the paper and know that that's for patient A and this is for patient B. I'll do boys sometimes in my blue highlighter, and I'll do girls in my purple highlighter. So I know if I have two patients, one is a girl, one is a boy, if I like look really quickly, I'm like, oh, that's for patient Smith, and just grab it and like write down any information I need. Or if I am doing an assessment and need to write down a temperature really quickly, I can do that without having to think too much. The next thing I keep in my bag is a pack of gum for obvious reasons. I like to eat, and so sometimes my breath is not the freshest after lunch, so I always just keep some gum with me. Also, I keep it with me because I like to snack, and sometimes having gum distracts me from snacking because I'm like tricking my body into thinking I'm eating when I'm actually not. So I love having some. This next thing is totally random, and I actually don't even know why I have this in here, but I just found it now that I'm going through, and that is my PALS little quick reference guide. So PALS is Pediatric Advanced Life Support. So I used to work in a pediatric ER, and so this was definitely pertinent there. However, this is not necessarily super pertinent to the NICU, but there are some neonate information on here. But we do NRP in NICU for resuscitation purposes, so this is something that's like totally different than what the algorithm we would use. So I don't know if that's necessary, but it's in there. Now this is very realistic, and I found this at the bottom of my bag, but a old granola bar, because again, I be snacking and I get hungry, and sometimes you just need an emergency granola bar at the bottom of your bag. So it is what it is. This is another reason why I love this bag. It has this little pouch in here, and it's not just like floating around getting lost where you can't find it. There's a bunch of hooks in here, so it actually like hooks onto the side of the bag, which is great because I can reach in there really quickly, and I know it's going to be hooked to this little hook, so I don't have to search for anything in this bag, which is amazing. Now what I have in here, my holy grail Aquaphor. I cannot leave the house without this. This is everything. I ride for Aquaphor, you guys. If they're watching, please give me a deal, Aquaphor. I love Aquaphor. I've been using this for years. I actually found out about it in like a Beyonce interview years ago, and I have been using it every day for like the past like 10 years or something. I primarily use this for my lips. It works great. Every now and then, if my hands are super crusty from using a ton of hand sanitizer, I will also use this on my lip or on my hands. Speaking of hands, I have this avocado nourishing moisture vegan body butter from the Body Shop. This is really, really good. I also use this for my hands because, you guys, I wash my hands and use hand sanitizer every 3 seconds in the NICU, and they look like the hands of a corpse by the time I'm done with my shift. They get so raggedy and nasty, and so I need to moisturize like constantly throughout the day. And here I also keep some Advil. I don't really like to take any medication. Every now and then I'll have some period cramps while I'm on the unit, and this is just to help take care of that. I also have some Dayquil in here. I guess this is just for emergency purposes. I keep an emergency $5 in here as well because I never know when I'm gonna need an emergency $5 bill. It's here if I need it. In here, I also have some lanolin. This is really for breastfeeding mothers to put on their nipples to prevent cracking and discomfort. But the secret is this is also really good for your lips as well, super moisturizing. And then the last thing I have in this little pouch is some hair ties, because never know when one will pop off or when someone will need some. Okay, moving into the last little pocket in the very front. This pocket here is just where I keep all of my pens and pencils. Oh, you see, I didn't even know I had this in here. So once upon a time, my badge broke, so I recently got a new one, but I just saved it in here, I guess, for no reason. But you see, I'm gonna throw it out now that I'm doing my spring cleaning. And you guys, this little pin right here, isn't it so cute? This is from a collaboration I did with the Scrub Society. Nurse Nook collab with the Scrub Society, but we designed these pins, and there's 3 others that we designed as well, and they are so cute. I love it. I actually need to put it on the bottom trio that I have now. But in this pocket, I just keep the pens that I use during my shifts. And let me tell you, the best pens on the face of the planet. Now, this is only if you like really fine thin ink, then this is your pen. If you are not one of those people, then you probably won't like this, but I swear by these pens. It is the Energel liquid gel ink pen in 0.3. That is the secret, 0.3. It's such a fine writing pen. I absolutely love it, but you have to get the 0.3 for the fineness. And then I just have some extra pens in here. These are what I call my borrowing pens, because we do not give out the Energel pens, only the other pens. We don't play that. I almost forgot to show you guys the last thing I keep in my bag, because I had taken it out when I got home. But I always bring a book with me to work. Always. That is my jam. I like to read on my breaks. If I have any downtime throughout the shift, it is my piece. I'm kind of out of breath because I just ran downstairs to get it really quick. But this is the book I'm currently reading. So it changes every week because I'm always reading a new book. But this is what we have right now. So this is what's in my work bag at the moment. It is Where the Crawdads Sing. I typically read nonfiction, like self-help, self-development books. That's like my jam. But every other nonfiction book, I like to throw in something fiction just to give myself, like, you know, some fun, a little break from development. And so this is what I'm reading now. I've heard really good things. I'm at page like 80 or something like that. She's a little slow, but you know, we're starting to pick up. So this is what I'm reading now. But that is everything that is in this bad boy. Very realistic. I really only keep things that I really need and use throughout my shift. There's no need to bring all these unnecessary things that I'm never going to use at work. I only bring what is absolutely necessary. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video.